Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Another video for Advanced in Car on this 2018 Mini Countryman. So this is the second generation F60 and I think they came out around 2017 time. So this is another one of those facelifted vehicles. This particular vehicle's got a 6.5-inch touchscreen media system. They also do the 8-inch and the 10-inch screens as well, but the 6.5-inch, I think they do a touch and a non-touch screen, and there's even a smaller one. I don't know why there are so many variants, but there are, and that's why we do so many compatibility checks with you before we get you booked in. So local customer, this lady has just replaced her old Mini for this, which she's chuffed to bits, but needed a reversing camera to complement the factory parking sensors. So we have fitted an aftermarket wedge style camera up in the boot grab bar here and an interface, and that interface then talks to the vehicle's CAN bus system to allow to integrate onto the main factory display and just give you a nice crisp image with moving guidelines. So we'll have a quick look at the camera. So with these modern cars, in the centre of the boot latch underneath is the boot mechanism to operate to open, which always means that we can't go dead centre when we're placing a reversing camera. So we've gone the next best thing, and that is just off centre to the left-hand side. And we're lucky because some of the cars we work on, for instance a Mercedes, we have to go quite far out, which means that the camera or the actual image is never going to be central on the display. Really nice, neat little aftermarket wedge camera, really small footprint as you can see there, and certainly very much in keeping with the rest of the vehicle and the grab bar. So once we have routed that through, so Owen's been working on this vehicle today, and lift the boot lid up, if Sammy will allow me, and Owen has taken all the plastic interior trim off, routed the cable down through into the grommet, and then from the grommet to the front of the car where Richard has done all the wiring and hidden away the interface box, which we will now show you working on the display. So traditional Mini cockpit style in the front here. They haven't really changed or moved too far away from the iconic central speedo and display, apart from now that the central display is now the media system, whereas on the earlier models the actual speedo was in here as well as the radio was attached to it. So I'm just going to flick the ignition on. It's all keyless, so I can just flick the ignition on like so, and it comes up with your sort of BMW iDrive style features, because of course BMW is now part of the Mini Group, or has been for a while. So if I just press the back button here, so we've got the Mini connected screen. Now this is a manual gearbox, so if I pop the car into reverse, We've then got the parking sensors that come on as well. You've also then got your reversing camera image. So with the reversing camera image, it will then take over the whole of the display, which is a 6.5 inch. And if I take it out of reverse, like so, it'll then default back to the factory parking sensors, or OPS, or optical parking, or park distance control. So many names for it. If I now start the engine, like so, and I put the car back into reverse gear like so, we've got the reversing image, and when we move the steering wheel, we've got the moving guidelines. Also, you're going to see on the screen, apart from the moving guidelines, these little blocks here, and that is interacting with the factory parking sensors. So right now you've got the two yellows and we've got the green one up here, and as we scroll back round like so, the guidelines will show you the trajectory of where your vehicle is going to end up. So if Sammy was to zoom out a tiny bit and look at the steering wheel, for instance, well, the steering wheel appears to be straight. If we were to start reversing, you'd soon realise that your steering wheel is not straight and your car's going to go off to that trajectory. So there's your little parking sensor blocks there, and we just take it out of reverse. And again, we go back to the factory parking sensors. Here's the parking button from BMW. So you can just turn it on and off. Now, if I put that back into reverse gear like so, and I'm going to use the little iDrive jog wheel down by the gear stick, and I push the button forward 3 times, and that changes different modes. Now, this mode is not compatible for this model of car, so I'm going to do it again. And I'm then got a slight overlay for the parking sensors, which looks a bit squashed because it's designed for the slightly bigger displays. So we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, hold, and then that gives you your full image for the parking reversing camera, which, to be fair, is only going to be used for this, and that's the way it is. Sammy nearly dropped the camera then, so if you see it jerk, that's his fault. So this is it. This is BMW 2018. It's a mini Countryman. It's the F70, and this is a touchscreen. 6.5 inch, now has a factory style but aftermarket reversing camera. If you've got a vehicle like this and you want to protect it or invest it with some decent technology, you can now have a reversing camera fitted that is all in keeping with the vehicle and gives you a beautiful crisp image up on the display. Website links in the bio. As per usual, thank you for watching and have a good day.